What is going on, guys? This is Prince Demariyae Vlogs here, and today I'm gonna make a YouTube video explaining the pros and cons of a relationship and the ways to cope with a relationship. Like if you ever do end up getting your heart broken, I'm gonna explain how do you know if your significant other is like ever losing interest in you, like the signs and everything. And then I'm gonna explain like how do you know if they have an interest in you anyway. And then I'm gonna explain the maturity difference on if you made the right decision to pick the right one or not, like the childish side, and then the mature side. And then I'm gonna explain like the story of how I met my ex and how we broke up and how I'm surviving today without her. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
I gave you my heart.
So the first topic I want to get into is the pros and cons and the do's and don'ts when you're inside a relationship, because it can just be annoying on both sides, like for the female or for the dude if the dude is doing it. So the first thing I want people to know is nobody has a heart of steel, so be in consideration when you break up with somebody and know like that you have the power to conflict pain upon them. Another thing is choose somebody who's mature. You don't want somebody that's like childish and like fan stuff off and never wants to talk things out, and overall you're just like the only person explaining things. Don't be a love bug, and what I mean by that is don't be somebody that's like how my ex was, like a million times an hour, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm like, bro, like I get it, I know, like you don't have to tell me a million times a day. Like what my friend X told me on the phone this morning, because I was kind of down, so I was like, I just need somebody to talk to, and she was like, sure, I can talk to you. And she was like, if you say it a million times a day, it kind of just loses its meaning, because if you say it so many times, I'm not gonna feel the same. Another thing is don't promise something that you can't keep. Example. See that? And I'll explain that like later. Remain loyal no matter what. Like you guys are both like mature ages. Simple things should not like bother you, or you just like, oh, I want to break up. Like loyalty is everything. Without loyalty, you just might as well not even date. Don't sugarcoat anything. Be straightforward with the things that you want to say, because otherwise somebody's gonna misconceive the message and things ain't gonna come out right. That's why I like face-to-face contact or phone contact, and that was the next one anyway. Communicate on the phone or communicate in person, because if you text a lot, like my ex said, your feelings are not going to transfer over through a text rather than you voicing it with your voice. Number 9 is don't blame somebody for things that you can't change. And what I mean by that is like you can't blame somebody for like having anger problems, or you can't blame somebody for like having anxiety problems. Like you can't change those things in a blink of an eye. You have to like work on those things and try your hardest to like diminish them. Because my ex was like, oh, I had a problem, you get heated over the littlest things. And I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, before we even started dating, I was a hothead, so you can't get rid of that. Same way I don't be like, oh, you have anxiety, I'm gonna break up with you. Like she has so many problems, bro, and I'm gonna get into all of that later. And number 10 is forgiveness. Forgiveness is key to moving on to a better life, or moving on to a newer relationship, or whatever the case may be. And those are the pros and cons, and I'm gonna make a clip of explaining the other ones, because I don't want to stretch this out to be super long. The ways you can cope if you ever get your heart broken is, the ways I use and the ways that help me out a lot is music. music helps a lot. Like, my favorite artist is X, and 17 and Question Mark. It helped me out a lot. And my favorite song by X is I Don't Want to Do This Anymore. So I kind of like listen to like the beat in the background with like little angel people like singing. Like, I'm not gonna demonstrate it because it's gonna sound kind of weird, but the second thing you can use to cope with your broken heart is a close friend. Because my friends, they give me like a lot of like courage and like just like the spirit to like move on and just push on and don't let the heartbreak like take over my life. That's what my wise friend Mikey said. Another thing you can do is a distraction. Like, for example, like if you like to read, you would like read a book, or if you like to write, you would just write and like vent. Because I vent in like my iPhone notes and stuff when something crusty happens or I get mad. Or if you're like a guy like me, you can play the video game to distract yourself so you don't think about it. And those are the ways to cope if you have a broken heart. Okay, this is gonna be the topping on the ice for me to make me like have my suspicions and trust issues with my ex. Okay, ways to know that if your significant other is losing interest. Number one, they talk to other people. Like, none of my other girlfriends like ever talked to like other guys, so that was very strange to me. Like, I don't care if it was like my close friend, like, bro, you don't talk on FaceTime with somebody that's not your guy or not your significant other without them knowing, to be exact, because I kind of have like some health problems or whatever, and like my best friend and my ex, they didn't pick up their phones, so I was over here being in distress and neither of them were responding. So that's a prime example of why you don't want to be on the phone with another guy, because 9 times out of 10 something's gonna pop up and your significant other is gonna need you. Number two, they don't make time for you, because when I tried to work the situation out and I tried to talk to her about the things that was going on, she was like, no thank you, I'm busy, blah 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 blah, I don't want to talk on the phone. I'm like, okay, cool. Number three is they don't forgive you. Like, I'm a forgiving person. I don't care what you do to me. Over time, I'm gonna forgive you because that's just the type of person I am, and you don't want to feel guilt and stuff building up on you when things come down, you know? You just want to be forgiving, and forgiveness is key. There's not really a way I can explain that. Number four, they pressure you with things that you can't control. And what I mean by that is, it's a whole bunch of people that were like telling me things, like little small things that she was doing. And she was, I don't know, she was giving off the signs that made the things that they told me seem true. Like, why you get so offended if I say something? I'm gonna get into all of this. I know it doesn't make sense or whatever, but I'm gonna get out into all of this when I tell the story of how like we broke up and all of that. So that's all the things that you would know if your significant other is losing interest. How do you know if your significant other has interest in you? And I made 3 main things. It should be pretty obvious to know if somebody's into you. So number one is they watch your page. That's kind of like how I met my ex, because she like watched my page every day, and I'm like, who is this person, bro? Like, you're not even on my friends list, but it says every single day you're like the first person to watch my stories or whatever. And I'm just like, all right. I hit her up, and I'll get into what happened after that when I tell the story of my love life. They smile when you talk. Like, when you talk in person, or if you talk on FaceTime with this person, they smile a lot. And number 3 was they stare at you while you're not looking. That's so strange, and that got like kind of put me in like a little awkward spot, because it's so weird how females just stare like, what you looking at, bro? But that's all the things that you would know if somebody's interested in you. Okay, maturity. Maturity is definitely a big factor. Just determining, because I googled like you have somebody that's like least mature than you, like way less mature than you, things are not gonna work out. And Google even said it. It's like your relationship is destined to be doomed no matter what, until like both people decide to grow and match the same maturity level. So on the childish side, I got, you don't want to talk it out. Like a situation happens and they're just like, I want to talk about it, or no, I don't feel like talking, or blah blah. That's childish, bro. Any adult is gonna talk about a situation and try to sort it out. Number 2 is they can't see the bigger picture. Like when you're evaluating situations mentally, you get like this conclusion in your mind and you overview. What I used to say is silence is the biggest way to understand like a situation, because if you're talking, or you back talking, or you back talking your parents, or you back talking the person that's trying to explain something to you, you're never gonna understand. Kind of like what she did to me in the end. Like if you just draw your own conclusions and you don't read from the other person's point of view, then you're never gonna understand. You're never gonna be an understanding person. You're never gonna be a critical thinker. Like you're just childish overall. And the mature side I got is you're the one explaining everything and having to calm the other person down in every situation that ever happens. Like if a crusty thing happened, you're the one that explains, and you have to break down the situation and be like, well, it didn't happen like this, or such and such, you know? Number 2 I have is you keep your love at a normal level. Like you say you love your other like half, your significant other, like just the right amount. Like you're not 500 times a day, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's stupid, bro. Like we both know, come on, bro, we're both adults. I don't have to say this a million times a day. I'm pretty sure you know. And number 3 on the mature side is you're open and accepting. You kind of are like open. You don't like close things off, you know? You're kind of like, I don't know how to word this. You're kind of like the person to like break down situations and help like problem solve, you know? That's the best way I can put it. But that's the mature side and the immature side, and what I have to say on that. Alright, so you made it this far in the video. Now it's time for the juicy stuff, man. It's time for the stuff of Demariyae Vlogs life, you know? Alright, so here's the story of how I met my ex. I kind of already broke it down in like a couple of clips back, but I was like making Snapchat posts or whatever, you know, high school. And she was watching my snaps and stuff, even though I didn't have her like added, because I have my snaps open. Like I'm an open person, I don't have anything to hide, stuff like that. So she was watching my snaps, I slid up and I was like, yeah, like, yo, what's up? Like, you're watching me, bro, like, what's good? And then we kind of just started talking from there. And I'm not gonna spread this story out and be super long. I'm gonna be very like, I'm gonna get through it fast. So long story short, she friend-zoned me for like a year because she had to grow, as she tells me. She said she would have like broke my heart back then, even though she did today. And I literally got matching tattoos with this person, and they didn't uphold their side of the bargain. So, you know, we went through, after like that 1 year, I was a senior, and then I guess things just kind of happened naturally, you know, because I've been waiting so long and she's been going through stuff and things just happened. So I was graduating and she was like, oh, I can come to your graduation. I'm like, like what? Like what? And then she came to my graduation. That was my first time like actually seeing her, like knowing her for 2 years, not seeing her in person. That was my first time like actually seeing her when she came to my graduation. Yeah. I was a gentleman. I was not shy, okay? I know people probably gonna be under the comments like, this man, a youngin', bro, a youngin', blah blah blah. Like, nah, bro. It was none of that, bro. I took her out to eat. I'm like, bro, what you wanna eat? She's like, I'm not hungry. She the one that was the shy one, so she's like, I'm like, well, my graduation doesn't start until like another 5 hours or whatever. So we were walking around and talking and getting to know each other, and things was like beautiful, you know. And I spent 10 months dating her. This month, on the 29th, made 10 months. And then we broke up the next day, and I'll get into that in the next clip. But we dated for 10 months. She like came over my house a lot. We hung out, watched movies. I tried to teach her how to play the game. That didn't work out because, you know, the games I play are complicated. I don't play weak people games. I play games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 and Nioh, all of that, bro. I like slash games where I can like cut people up. So after that, then I moved in October 31st, I moved. So it made 2 months in our 10 months of being like long distance or whatever. And I guess that was too much for her to handle because, you know, lust kind of takes over people and controls people. Like, I don't really care about that much. I'm like, bro, we're adults, we're grown. Long distance shouldn't hurt. We can just take trips to see each other or whatever until we can actually like stay together and live together and be together or whatever. Happily ever after, blah, blah, blah. But that's the story of how I met my ex. Alright, how we broke up. I feel like I'm gonna get closure from making this video, because she didn't want to talk about anything. She didn't want to work the situation out. She'd rather just, oh, I'm not talking to you, you're a horrible person. This whole entire relationship, you only been a hothead and blah, 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 and you switch up your feelings. To her, me switching up my feelings were me not saying I love you a million times a day. Like, I'm on the game, bro. Like, I'm with the guys. I'm not finna be doing that, bro. Like, you should know what's known should not be said, if I should put it that way, because I'm a mature person. I don't see the point of saying it a million times a day. That's just childish, bro. I'm not no kid. So I guess she like told me that, and I sent her like 1,000 paragraphs because she didn't want to accept my phone calls. She was like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, that makes no sense, bro. Like, you can't just walk into somebody's life for 10 months and then just walk out, bro. And she's like, well, you accused me of cheating because, you know, I ain't gonna drop no names, but my homie like talked to her on the phone and like helped out our situation or whatever the case may be. Then they kind of started talking a lot, and I'm like, bro, I know she's on the phone with somebody. I'm not stupid. I know her like the back of my hand, bro. Like, she doesn't do anything. She just sits in the house and watch TV or play with her dog or whatever. And I'm like, what is she doing, bro? Like, I didn't get a response in like 6 hours, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? And she's like, and when I confronted her about that, she's like, so what? So what? I didn't respond in an hour. I'm like, what's up with females, bro? Like, I don't respond to your message in like an hour and you freak out and you want to be doing all of that turning up and stuff. But when you do the same thing, you literally say, so what if I respond an hour later? So that's what began my suspicion and all of that right there. I'm like, why is she on the phone with other guys? And then she told me, she was like, I think you should know. Some other guy complimented me and I felt flattered. I'm like, I compliment you every single day, but when another person compliments you, you feel flattered. Like, that doesn't make sense, bro. Like, overall, I feel like she needs to grow as a person, and then I'll accept her again. If she wants to, if she ever wants to continue. I'm not gonna wait around, or I'm not gonna wanna watch the day to watch her date another dude, cause nah, bro. I waited 1 year in the friend zone for this person, and she kind of just ended things and didn't want to work things out. That's a bogus way to end 2019, to have no contact or don't respond to my messages, don't want to talk on the phone, to explain the situation on why we broke up in the first place. But I guess it's whatever, it's her wish. So that's the story of how we broke up, bro. It was just, I don't know, I feel like I was the bigger person in this relationship. I sacrificed so much. I spent so much money on this person. I took her out to eat whenever she wanted to eat. Whenever she came over and said she was hungry, I'm like, bro, we going out, bro. Like, it's none of that. And she's like, no, you don't have to. I'm like, bro, nah. Like, I'm a prince, bro. That's why I call myself Prince Demariyae Vlogs, because I have manners and I know how to treat females, bro. So this breakup, this isn't my fault, okay? So don't be commenting under my video like, oh, you're a bad person, or you didn't fight. She didn't fight. I wanted to talk it out, and she kind of just fanned everything I said to her just under the rug, bro. And it kind of hurts. I kind of got over it because I talked to my friend's ex. She says she's here for me no matter what. So it just hurts, bro. Like, getting matching tattoos and promising all of these things, bro. And since it was like 10 months or whatever, and we hung out so much, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna get this tattoo. You're gonna be the first person I get matching tattoos with. Like, it's lit, bro. We forever, bro. And I was explaining this to her. I'm like, bro, I thought we were like forever and after, bro. And she's like, nah. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro. And I told her to get the tattoo like covered up, bro, because if we're not gonna be together, we definitely not matching tattoos, bro. Like, no, bro, it's none of that. And then I got her a ring and all of that, and I ain't gonna get into that, but it's just hard, bro, like how people break promises. And you never ever want to break promises with somebody, because promise, that word to me just means a lot. Like, it means that you're gonna come through and you're gonna pull through with your word. Like my mom said, you have nothing, and my dad said this, and my grandpa said this, like, you have your word, and once your word is broken, all trust is broken. So she broke her word, and that broke my trust, okay? So it's as simple as that. That's how we broke up. And I'm not gonna cut this out and do all the editing because I want it to be raw footage, because you can kind of just feel my pain a little bit like talking about this, bro, because I'm just so annoyed, bro. And like how people can just give up, bro. Like, you don't come this far, you don't walk into somebody's life and just walk out, bro. Like, it doesn't work like that, bro. At that point, you might as well just be friends, bro. It's walking out of somebody's life and being that important to them, it means a lot, and it hurts, like, really bad. So really, really bad. So if you ever break up with somebody, please consider their like emotions and how bad it would affect them, because people just be out here hurting people, bro, and it's not cool, bro. Honestly, bro. That's the segment of how we broke up. All right, now time for the happy phase. It's about to be 2020 tomorrow. Let's get it. YouTube grind all day. If you found something helpful in this video, or you feel like you can relate, or if you need any advice, follow me on my social media. It's Gothic Prince Temptations. I'll put my page on open, so you can just follow me and DM me, and I'll get back to you. Or you can comment under the video and I'll respond to that. But it's time for the happy things. The next segment is how I'm surviving without her today. I think I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it's only been 5 days since it happened, but the first 4 days, bro, honestly, bro, I was crying my eyeballs out, bro. It ain't no better way to word it, bro. Like, I lost all hope. Like, when you come that far, you get matching tattooed. Like, your first tattoo is a matching tattoo with this person, and you make promises and stuff, and they just give up, bro. It's just like, you just lost a soulmate right there, bro. Like, a false soulmate, I should say, because clearly they weren't there for you in the first place. If they just give up and they walk away without even caring, without even considering all the stuff that you've done for them. Because I know that there's females out there and there's dudes out there. Sorry if you heard my stomach growl, but there's dudes out there that just go through things that shouldn't happen, bro. Like, I told her in the beginning of the relationship, I'm like, bro, if you ever lose interest in me, bro, just tell me, bro. Just tell me in the beginning, bro. Then we don't have to deal with this, and I don't have to be heartbroken. If you just tell me straight up, like, bro, I don't want to be with you. Okay, fine. I can live with that, bro. But if you just don't want to talk things out and you just nah, bro. And then you bring up my past and the relation. Like in the past, I mean, I was a hothead and all the other things that she listed. I don't really even know or remember because it was like a super long paragraph. And I'm like, bro, for one, I'm not a hothead anymore. I forgive people. I'm like the peacemaker now. So what you mentioned right there, that's false, bro. Like, don't dig up all my dirt on me and say and try to like assassinate my character and make me seem like a bad person because her parents didn't even like me anymore. I'm like, why does your parents not like me? I did so much for you, bro. Like, what? And then I don't know, bro. Like, don't assassinate somebody's character because if that's the case, with all her like health problems and stuff going on, I'm not even gonna talk about it because I mean, when she first told me about this stuff, it kind of like hurt me, and I'm like, all right, we gotta overcome this. I'm like the peacemaker of the relationship. I'm like, bro, we gotta overcome this, bro. We about to be strong, bro. Like, you gonna get over this, bro. And she was talking to me about therapy and stuff. I'm like, you don't need therapy. I'm your therapy. Like, you can talk to me about anything, bro. And I don't know, man. I guess people just be people, man. You can't even really like try to explain why people even give up and make promises that you can't keep. It just hurts, man. And if you're one of those persons out there, bro, that be doing that, bro, that's not cool, bro. Like, you don't get no props from that, and you're only gonna attract negative energy when you do that, bro. All the positive people out there, man, stay strong. If you're going through a heartbreak right now, stay strong, bro. Like, bro or like lady, like, stay strong. Like, not all things are bad, I guess. It's just gonna take me some time right now to like to even date again, bro, because we literally got matching tattoos that said promise, 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 promise to be together no matter what. Even in separation, we still gotta be together. And even more promises, more than that, but I'm not gonna talk about that because we made promises like when we hung out and stuff, and we're just listening to music, vibing and stuff, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I hope things get better. I told her, I'm like, bro, hit me up, bro, in the future if you like want to work things out. Cause I mean, if she wants to move on, I'm fine with that as well. Like, at that point, we're not dating anymore. That's disgusting. I'm not about to date somebody that went out and dated somebody else. That's nasty, bro. I feel like we made promises to be together forever. Like, your mind's broke. I'm not gonna let another dude like have you. That's booty. But that's how I'm living today. I'm cooling with my bros. They cheer me up. I'm not heartbroken anymore. I'm just, I'm kind of just venting the situation, and I gotta put that energy in there because that's what went on, bro. If I try to like sit here and pretend to be happy, no, it's not a happy situation. It's been 10 months, almost a year, and this person just decided to just leave my life, bro, and not even care. Like, don't even take it into consideration. It's just like, oh no, I'm done. Who does that, bro? That's like childish. That's so childish, beyond childish. But I'm recovering and everything's all good. Shout out to everybody that watched this video. If you feel like you can relate to this, or if you need any advice, I'm open, and I'm open to explaining anything in any situation. So peace out, subscribe, hit that like button, share it around, share it on Snapchat, Instagram, everywhere. Peace out, bro.
Just run away with me, darling.